welcome to the XP Report.
If this is your first time here, we're a podcast about game news, all games news, spanning digital and analog. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back.
So we've got a few cool things to talk about. A lot of news, less games this week, and I think that's with the Summer Games Fest being recent. I think all the announcements will happen and all the releases will hold off. But before we do that, some news from us at A Few Dragons. We have merch, so we've got like some cool lanyards. I'm very happy with this. It's got all the different types of Seliquy from the Sacred Acorn. So all the things you can rescue.
I love that.
And if you like human-made art, with bags. I don't know if you can see that.
I don't know. Looks like it was made with AI. Human-made art. I wonder. I mean, you could just be like, "Hey, make me something that says human-made."
Oh, you absolutely could.
I hate that, but no, that's so pretty. That bag is so pretty. I love the artists that you guys use.
Yeah, Lauren's amazing. I also have the High Winds. We've got desk pads, like the big ones, like the 30 by 70 or 30 by 80 or whatever it is.
Need that.
For High Winds and the Sacred Acorn. We've still got our shirts and our emo pins. We're going to see how this goes, and if this is all we order, and we'll just try and sell this over time. That's fine. If it goes well, we'll see. Because with Unqualified and just with the studio getting, I wouldn't say the studio's getting bigger, but like our reach and audience is slowly getting bigger. So.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we were talking about it. Did we talk about it last episode that Unqualified reached half of Sacred Acorn's wish list?
Yeah, almost. So close. Like it's like 45% or something.
That's incredible.
In 2 weeks. So it's just going to be a bigger game. It's a much smaller made game. It's going to be such a bigger release, which is so strange to me. Like the amount of effort we put into Sacred Acorn, but it's just how it goes sometimes.
I was gonna say you've seen it time and time again. It really boils down to timing, virality, things like that.
Oh, it's everything. It's the right person seeing it. Like we got into a festival for the game announcement for Unqualified. We didn't for Sacred. Like it's all these little things that add up. Just know a lot more. So yeah, what about yourself? Anything new this fortnight?
No, not really. Had some personal stuff happening. Just normal things. And then just been trying to get back on proper sleep schedule. I swear I'm just off right now. I'm working on it though. Me and this young lady right here have been going on, if for those that are only listening via audio, my dog Nebula, we've been going on walks for over a month now straight, and that's been really good for both of us. It's been getting me out of my funk a little bit, but now my sleep schedule's messed up, so we're working on that. Yeah. But other than that, I've just been playing The Adventures of Elliot that came out 9 days ago.
And it looks good. I haven't played it, but watching you play,
we beat it yesterday, but it wasn't a good beat. We got the bad ending.
Well, that's because you suck.
Apparently, there's like 3 endings. But yeah, it's been a really fun game. If you're a fan of the HD 2D art style, it's fresh because it's action RPG, not just turn-based. But yeah, we'll talk more about that in a minute.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we got right. More news, like Keirron said, than game news, like game releases. There's always something going on in the game industry, and we've got a lot.
Yeah, let's get started. So I think a lot of devs were afraid about this one, but Steam's new personal calendar, so it's much harder to get into the popular upcoming releases, which show to everybody. Instead, they've used all the data they found everyone and made everyone a personal calendar. And with that, your game might show up, it might not. If someone really likes strategy games and you're making a COD Zombies remake, you're probably not going to show up in their personal calendar. Now, what this means is you're going to be shown to a lot less people, but the people you are shown to should be more likely to buy your game. There's a blog post by Chris Zukowski, who has lots of developers in his Discord, and he's been collating over the last few weeks a lot of numbers, and that seems to be what's happening. People are getting maybe so in their their month lead up to their game releasing, they're getting maybe 1/10 the amount of impressions on the Steam store, but they're getting maybe twice, 3 times the amount of wish lists, some even more. So it's I can understand people were scared about it, and this might not be everyone's experience, but it seems like it's something that Steam's trying to do to, well, one, like if you're playing JRPGs, but you don't want an incremental clicker. Like, for example, you're just not going to buy that game, so they're just like, well, we'll stop showing those to you.
I got 2 things. What are your thoughts on it?
Mm-hmm. I like it. I think people are very nichey and genre. Like, there are people that will play anything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe theirs is a bit sporadic, but there are definitely a lot of people who's like, I play survival crafter builders. And like I will go from that one to the next one to the next one,
Mm-hmm.
and those games take up a lot of time, so you're not playing thousands of them. There are people who are like, I'm playing Skyrim, then I'm going into Outer Worlds, then I'm going into whatever the next story-based RPG is. There are a lot of people that are like, I only play friend slot party games. Like they're only really coming onto Steam or onto their PC to play games with their friends. I've met all of these different people in my life, friends with a lot of them still, and like people just have the things they really enjoy. And sometimes they'll step out of that, but like for the most part, they'll check something out and then like, all right, I like tycoon simulators where I can start a restaurant or a museum or something like that. Like,
I think my second thing was I think this might be like a real necessary thing for Steam to do because when we were talking about like the Summer Games Fest, there are so many games coming out every year now. Like that graph showing new releases year over year has just skyrocketed, and I think now more than ever it needs to be more tailored to the gamer that's looking at it. Because I might log into Steam one day and see nothing but 99-cent games that have just been thrown to the wall by developers, and then the next day I'll see a bunch of AAA games. I think the genre niching should be a thing. I like the idea, and if you want to go looking for stuff, they still have their categories. You can still be like, you know what, I'm feeling a survivor builder, and that's not normally what I play. Let's look. I think it's a good thing as long as it's executed right.
Yeah, a lot of people will be like, they'll get sent a game from their friend, they'll click on the link, they'll buy it. It's just when you're going on Steam and you're like, I feel like looking for something, it's going to show you things that you already play.
Which the data's inevitably going to be there. So why wouldn't they show you something you're more likely to interact with than just everything that's come out in the last week?
Exactly. So overall, I think it's good. You still need a high wishlist count to sort of show up on it. Like if you have a game that, like if you have a slop game that no one wants to play, it's not going to show up on there, which is the same as it was for the old upcoming games. So
okay,
I don't think anything's changed fundamentally outside of you're getting better views. You're getting shown to less people, but more people that'll buy your game or want to buy your game.
I mean, and let's be honest, impressions are cool to look at as far as like, oh, big number, but wish lists for a developer are much more important, I would say.
So all right. I reckon you'll have some good insights on the next topic if you want to roll with it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we got AI disclosed games losing 30 to 40% of sales. Where did we get this topic from?
There's a big article going around. One, I don't know where they got their data, but everyone's talking about it, so I thought we should.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can find something. I mean, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see how far these companies continue to try and push AI into the development of games. They
will continue to try.
Yeah, but when I want to know when they're going to determine that it's never going to work.
It'll take the same route as NFTs and stuff. So it'll probably big AAA companies. They'll probably have prototypes and stuff done with it. Like anything, like they don't care if it's buggy. They don't care if it's janky. They want something to prove a concept. I reckon a lot of it will be used there. But the problem with the AI stuff, I don't know if it's ever going to get better. Like where it's like we're at that point where like it's 90% there, and each percent higher is so much harder to achieve than the first 50%. And it's the same with like anything you do, right? Like even someone drawing, like you can learn to draw decently relatively quickly, but that like last like mastering your craft is really hard.
Well, and the problem is like that's where a lot of these studios are cutting corners, and that's in the part that's arguably easier to do, which is like creating placeholder content. And even disclosing that, you know, you've used placeholder with or generative AI placeholders, that still is like a condemning action to a lot of people. You know, Expedition 33 specifically having a couple posters that were forgotten.
They just shouldn't have.
I mean, that's what I'm saying is like, yeah. And that probably was something they could have, if it's placeholder content, have somebody just slap together a rectangular poster thing with some scribbles on it.
Well, I saw a thread about this. It's just like not using programmer art or just like someone like writing, hey, temporary, like cool poster here. Like it's harder to spot that this needs replacing.
Really? Well,
because like if you AI gen something that gets you 70% of the way there, someone doing a sweep of a level or something goes, oh, this all looks like it's meant to be there. Like, but if you see like this big bright red poster that says like cool art here, like you're like,
replace me. Like,
yeah, like we need to replace that. So like you're almost signing your own, like you're making it harder to later then replace stuff because it's not perfect, but it's so close to
fits the environment.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So like even if you truly don't have an intention of using it, you're doing yourself harm by including something that is more easily missed.
Yeah, and I agree. And I mean, it makes sense that AI disclosed games are losing 30 to 40% sales, you know, whatever, if that's a factual number. It makes sense.
I reckon it's more on the AA downside. Like, people aren't going to care if GTA has AI.
Oh, well, people are so invested now. They're going to say it's the best game ever made, even if it's all AI slop.
Well, people playing FIFA, people playing The Sims. The Sims crowd, Paralives has come out. And they are people that do care about artists and stuff, but I still reckon that they're just so like, I need to play more Sims. I want the next. They just wouldn't. Or if they cared, they'd post about it, then press the purchase button.
Then continue to play. Yeah, it's almost like a brainwashing thing. Like at this point, they're a part of the cult, and they're going to do it no matter what.
There's just some franchises that are so big, like you're not going to move the needle on that. Or like they might lose 5% sales, but they're going to look at that like, that's not worth us cutting thousands of jobs.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to bump this up just because we were on the topic of GTA. GTA 6. I have some opinions on this. I've been interacting with some people on like Instagram and stuff who are really, again, they're the GTA ride or die people. But GTA 6 is set to restrict access to certain storefronts in the game behind the higher edition of the game, the $100 USD edition of the game. So you won't even be able to walk into certain stores in the game if you don't buy that extra $20 worth of content right off the start. A lot of people are like, well, if you've got $80, you've got $100, why are we complaining? My stance is we're literally content paywalling right out of the gate. It's nothing new, but this is the same kind of mindset of this is why we're paying this much for all these games, because they're just like, oh, it's part of the game.
Again, people will complain about it, then they're going to press the buy button. I'm just not going to buy it. Like,
Yeah, I'm not going to.
I have so many other things to play. Like, I'm sure GTA 6 is going to be a great game. I just don't care.
Well, see, my problem was the only thing I really did in GTA 5 was role play. Hit the RP servers. I played online for like a week when it first came out, maybe 2 weeks.
RP was sick.
Yeah, and then I never played the story of GTA 5 or GTA 4. I never even
GTA 5 story was good. I played it and I put it down and I never went, like, I've never done online except for RP. Honestly, I'd love it if they just brought out a standalone GTA RP.
I would probably play that because that was where the majority of my time was spent in 5. So,
like, a good feature-rich, like, way of doing that, I think would be sick.
Well, I had heard rumors, and I haven't heard anything in a long time, that they had either purchased the 5M model that people were using for the GTA 5 RP, and it was going to be embedded into 6. But that was really early on. That was probably a year and a half, 2 years ago now. If it was all built into the game, I think that'd be sick.
I don't know if they've bought 5M, but they did acquire the team behind 5M.
Okay. So they were probably going to internalize it then, which would be cool. But I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say that's just my 2 cents on it. Like, it's the more of the we'll say something and then we're gonna buy it anyway. But I won't, especially not at launch. You know, we'll see how it goes. Even if it even comes out, we don't know. It's been delayed so many times.
Just a quick note on the 5M thing. So they acquired the team. Most of the team left, like most of the original makers left. So to see anything big in GTA 6 that's original to like how the original 5M worked, people are a bit suspicious on. Okay. And not getting their hopes high for like a good full-on RP like they got with GTA 5. At least not out of the gate from the same team.
Some other team might take it up and try to do it.
Yeah. So, speaking of money, GTA is going to cost a lot, and consoles cost a lot. Switch went up $100 US, Xbox went up $100. I think PlayStation disc version went up $200 or something, and the regular one went up like $100 or $150. Steam Machine super effing expensive.
I've got that at the bottom of this as well.
Which people have really gone hard about the Steam Machine, but I still think, like, if you look at how much a console costs these days, like, what's a PS5 US price?
Oh, it was what, 600? Just the normal one, not the Pro. Yeah, it's $599.
Pro, because we're going to compare
Pro's
latest
$900,
tech.
I believe.
Yeah, so $900 now. $150 more, you get like a full expandable computer essentially in a box. But I think that's still worth it.
Well, I was looking at. Did you see what Linus Tech Tips had done their review on it?
Not yet.
The frame rates on the Steam machine were lower than the PS5 Pro by like 15 to 20 frames per second. I can't remember. I think they were playing Expedition 33. I can't remember.
That is unfortunate, but.
Well, and they were saying, let's build a PC for that price, and they blew it out of the water. And I don't know.
That's the hard part of, like, they can do that. They know they have so much expertise to do that, and there are definitely going to be people that can. But that's not what Steam's targeting. They're targeting hey, person who's never didn't even know they could build a computer. You can play computers on your lounge room now. That's what they're aiming for. And to be honest, it's probably cheaper than a lot of like the big rigs that you can probably get.
I would argue that the big selling point of the Steam machine in my head would be accessing the Steam library, which you will get games for dirt cheap compared to console digital libraries.
That is also true. You also have access to multiple storefront, like you're getting that is you're paying a little bit more premium price for. You will save a lot of money.
Yeah, like, and I don't think a lot of people are going to think that way.
No.
If you were to look at a sale on PlayStation Store compared to a sale on Steam for a game that isn't exclusive to PlayStation, you're probably saving money on Steam every single time.
Also, I would look at it this way: most PlayStation games come to PC. Almost all Xbox ones do. Would you want to buy an Xbox and a PlayStation, or buy one Steam machine?
Exactly.
Again, though, if the performance isn't there, then you can upgrade it though. I don't know. I think over time, I think the people that'll pick it up if they really enjoy it, because that's the other thing. PlayStation makes God of War style games, and that's all they make. So that they're going to focus on performance. But look at all the Steam games that just will not care about needing that performance. Yeah, your Expedition 33s will, but there's just so many like games like Hollow Knight and things like that. Like, yeah, having a powerful machine is fine for it, but it does not need it.
Yeah, you're going to be able to perform at the highest frame rate that your TV refresh rate is going to be able to handle. You know, most TVs we're looking at 60 hertz TVs still. So,
maybe 120 these days,
right?
And that's if you've got a high end TV.
Yep.
So yeah, like it's for a different lot. I don't think it is in the customer base. I don't think it's a fair comparison to be like, look at the machine that we can build. Like the idea is it is this small cube that sits at your TV. Yeah, we can build something that's better than that, but I don't think that's the point.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest hit was that the Steam machine we were all thinking was going to be in like the $600-$700 price range, and honestly, thinking of it,
I think everyone knew they were in for a shock just by how the industry's going with pricing.
I was going to say the expectation with the industry pricing changes was there, but I do think the more we think about what we as consumers would have access to in our living rooms compared to the consoles, it's still pretty reasonable. If you if we think about it,
it's reasonable-ish. But then I look at like a lot of the families that like go to school with Archer, like they can't afford even a Switch, which is much cheaper.
Yeah,
like how are they going to afford this? This is a luxury product, so there's so many like different data points like speaking to this. But that's for the rise of all consoles. Like these companies are like, all right, we need to raise the price. It's costing more to make them, but they're going to lose. They raise it 10%. They're going to lose 15-20% sales. So is it good in the long run?
Only time is going to tell for that.
Because this is the first time it's gone up this much, or even at all for some of them in a console cycle. Usually they just keep it. Sometimes they lower it, and then just wait for the next console to come out to do the price rise. Because like that makes sense to be like, all right, the PlayStation 6 is going to cost $400 more, and people are like, that sucks, but we get it.
Right now,
whereas this is just like, well, this just sucks.
Yeah, across the board, we're getting a random price increase on all these consoles, and again, the normal consumer is going to be like, I don't understand what's happening. I've been putting this off, and now I can't.
I know for PlayStation, I don't know about for Xbox. So you can still release PlayStation 4 online. Like, I don't think you can print them anymore to sell at stores, but you can release a digital PlayStation 4 game still. Okay. I think we're going to see a lot more of that where new games are like, yep, we're still supporting this. How old's the PlayStation 4? 11 years?
It's old.
Yeah, like
I don't want to think about
we're going to see a lot more of that because they're like AAA, AA are going to be like, well, we want to sell more than 5 people. So the PlayStation 6, only like 7 people bought the PlayStation 6. We want the hundreds of thousands that have a PlayStation 4. So that's what they're going to aim for.
Oh, PS4 came out 13 years ago.
13, there you go. Oh, I wasn't far off.
You were close.
But I think we're going to see a lot more of that. Like people are still targeting the Switch one just because of how many people have it.
I'm just going to reorganize some stuff because we kind of talked about this, so we're just going to skip over the Steam machine thing.
We're organizing on the fly. It's fun. I don't think I have anything else to say on that. It sucks, and that's life.
Well, I'm going to bump this up too, just to kind of keep us where we're at. Speaking of console price increases, Nintendo has been noticed to have been changing the pricing on some of their game releases based on the size of the game, like how long it takes you to play through it, or the budget of the game. We're starting to see like $40 games again, and not just like $70 right out the gate. Like Rhythm Heaven Groove, which is coming out, is going to be a $40 game. Star Fox Remake, $50 game. But then we're going to have the new Yoshi game coming out, which is going to be $60. It looks like they are
love or hate Nintendo. They are so aware of their customer base, and they know what families can afford, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah. And just like, I mean, I know other, like Sony and Microsoft do this too, to an extent, but I think across the board, Nintendo games digitally are like $10 cheaper, no matter what. Because of
sometimes they're more expensive, and I think that's just how some stores work. I think I would look at it. The true price of the game is the digital cost, and then you're paying a premium sometimes for physical.
Yeah.
I know that I can go into like our version of like a Walmart or our Target here and probably get a game cheaper than I can digitally for the physical one. And I think that's just of them, like they buy an order of 10,000 copies of a game to put in their 20,000 store, like however many stores they have across the country. So like it's just a bulk thing for them.
Okay.
And they're trying to be cheaper than the JB Hi-Fi next to them or the GameStop or whatever. So like they're all competing for that, because there is still a lot of like, and like I've done it with Archer, my kid. We went to pick up something and he saw Avatar: The Last Airbender game, and he's just been watching the show, and he saw it at eye level as we were walking past one of the stands, and we're like, yeah, like, and that was a $40 game new on Switch. Like $40 for us is what, like $25 for you. So like very reasonably roughly priced. Yeah. But I was like, why not?
Nice.
So yeah, it's so weird that there is just a. I literally did see this actually. Mario Kart, the new one, World Tour, whatever, was 110 Australian dollars digital thing in the store, or $100 for the physical right next to it.
That's crazy.
Does not make sense, but.
Well, I mean, like you said, bulk purchasing and whatnot, and they lock in prices too. So
yes, they do.
You know, and they don't really have their choice on digital selling. It's just coming directly.
Well, I think that's why Nintendo does it. Like that situation I had with Archer, Nintendo knows, or like consoles know, we still have a physical presence because there are people that will not buy these games if they are not physically
in possession
at a child's eye level.
Oh yeah. That too, yeah.
Which is why I think family style games are like getting rid of that physically, like, is just going to be hard.
Like you said, they really got to put it to where they lock in on it. Oh, look at that.
Get this, or I will be miserable for the rest of this trip.
Yep.
So,
all right. So we're on to our next thing, and
finally moving on from sales and pricing.
Yeah. We got Epic can't stop loving AI. Didn't they say that it's going to be a whole internal process moving forward in all of their projects?
They have misstepped every single part of this. First of all, Tim Sweeney, Mr. Epic himself, said he thinks it's irresponsible of Steam to make people disclose that there's AI in their games. Which is the whole point. Like, people want to be informed. Disclosure comes with... He says irresponsible, but everyone's like, well, no. Disclosure is, like, literally the most responsible thing you can do. Like, if this game was made... in any way that people do not approve of culturally, like, disclosure is good. And, like, to argue... I saw some really cool opinions of it, of people being like, yeah, it's like if your cereal had like poison in it, but they're like, we don't want to tell you what's in the cereal.
Right.
Like that's what he wants. Like, you know, big CEO on top of his crappy company. So there's that. The Epic did a video of their internal policy of how they build stuff and their content pipeline using AI, and everyone's like, "This is awful. Like, what are you doing?" The way people make games in Unity 6 is going, Unreal 6 is going away. So people use this thing called Blueprints, which is a visual code editor, allows artists and designers to prototype. It's not the most performant, and Unreal's not the most performant either. So it's not great. People love it. I don't. I think Blueprints is what's led to a lot of the Unreal games just being almost unplayable on launch. But that being said, it does allow people to jump in who do not have coding backgrounds to develop at least their prototype. They can make like, this is what I want it all to do. Someone make this performant.
Right.
A lot of companies skip that step, but like it's a good tool if you use it right.
Okay.
They're like, we're getting rid of this thing that every single person who uses this engine uses. We're getting rid of it. We've got this new programming language which works better with AI or agentic coding. And everyone's like, nobody wants this. Like the backlash was so much. And he wants to bring NFTs back, or not call them NFTs. But if you buy a skin on Fortnite, he wants you to be able to play it in Halo or, run around as Spider-Man in FIFA. So like all your skins are usable across all games. And he wants to build all this on so if you make a game on Unreal, you can have this economy go through all games. And every single developer's like, we don't want we want to make the game we want to make, and we want that to be the experience. There's going to be people that want it, but this guy is he is making Unreal for the 3 to 4 really large companies that don't care about the games they make. These are products that people sell.
Yeah, it's literally money making to them. It has
so
nothing
that
to do
is
with
what he
passion.
is taking Unreal into. I think with Unreal 6, either people will keep making games on Unreal 5, or we're going to see a lot less Unreal games in the indie space, even maybe the AAA, AA space.
That just seems. I mean, it doesn't seem. It's just so out of touch.
Oh, he is Unity is out of touch as well. They're all out of touch, but how out of touch? He's Elon level out of touch for the games industry is how I feel about every take he has. Just feels like he hasn't been on the internet in the past year. Every decision is just I do not walk outside and check with people. After all these announcements are made, their longest running engine maker, I think, one of the engine programmers, he's just I'm retiring. I'm done.
I'm done.
Which was to everyone was oh, that's not good. This is objectively just not good.
No, yeah. I mean, he's had enough. How much can you take in your moral compass before you just have to bow out? It sucks. But it's
Sajor De Jong, former Unreal Engine's lead evangelist, leaves Epic Games. Says the industry is reaching a pivotal moment that he must come to terms with. And by industry, he means Unreal, because there's Godot. People are still using Unity in a ethical way, even though Unity's trying to make that not happen. But we'll see. So good for him for leaving though, and just being you know what?
Just taking a stand.
It's not it.
Do it.
It's not it.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine. Be able to do something else if he wants to.
All right, let's smash through the next ones. Sony removing. Oh, this one. Yeah, Sony removing 551 movies from customers' libraries due to content licensing agreements. This isn't what you would normally expect, where if Steam removes a game, you can't purchase it, but everyone who already owns it can still play it because they paid for it.
Yep.
This is gone. If you watched it yesterday, you cannot watch it tomorrow. It doesn't matter if you've paid for it. It is gone.
Yep. They're telling people that they are removing it from their libraries.
551. Bridget Jones's Diary. I saw Transformers on the a lot
Terminator
of
movies. Yep.
Yeah, the Terminator movies. A lot of just why. I have
And-
seen a lot of like rhetoric online being like, well, the high seas are still there and it's only
I
going to
was
get
just
bigger.
gonna say that. Like, this is just reinforcing people's like want to not be ethical because they're not being treated fairly anyway.
Yeah, if like they're going to take away stuff that people have legally bought, people are just going to be like, well, we're just going to take it from ourselves. So there's that.
Yeah, you're taking
In the
it
long
away
run,
illegally.
though, I think it
So-
sucks because there's going to be these big studios like Sony are going to be like, well, we're not going to make good movies. They're too expensive to make, and we don't make any sales on them because our platform sucks, and people just download it anyway. So it all sucks.
It does. It does. Here, I'm just moving a couple things around here. Yeah, last thing on our list
more
is...
Sony being crap on this one, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. They have the ability to make this not happen, but they don't care. I don't know what it would cost.
Don't know
to
if they
renew.
do have the ability to. There is a lot of drama around this. We're talking about the Bungie layoffs. That you would hope that they could sort of prop it up, but like 292 employees for a game that is only keeping its current play, like they're not growing. There's not many new players coming in, and Bungie did that themselves by taking away all like the beginning game content. So like it's hard to come in as a new player.
Yeah, I actually was having a conversation about this just the other day in Discord, that because they had announced that these employees are being laid off, 292, most of them from the Destiny team and some from Marathon. But it's like they released their final update.
Marathon.
Yeah. They released their final update to Destiny, which I guess fell short. I had seen a bunch of stuff on the internet proving
Heaps of
otherwise.
people were playing it, so I don't know.
But, I mean, it's the final update. The only thing they're going to have to do is hot fix issues that have come up from the update, and they've announced that there's nothing else. Why? Like, they have to put the company in the position for the future, but I don't know what their future is, because they said they're like all the stuff that they're even thinking about is all still super early concept, and they can't even disclose anything yet. But it's like this is kind of to be expected, because Destiny 2 is now, I wouldn't say end of life, but final form. This is it.
It's end of life. I think it's been. I honestly think it's been end of life for a while. I think they got a lot more runway than a lot of other devs would have gotten in the same situation.
They had
like Microsoft with their studios would not have given this runway.
Yeah, and they had a really, really loyal fan base that were eating up stuff when this game should have been done being developed. When the final shape came out, like they were just squeezing it, dry.
It does feel like that.
I've had some people express that, like, oh my gosh, this came out of nowhere. Destiny 2, how could it be done? Like, Destiny 1 only lasted 3 years. Destiny 2 lasted triple that time, or 2 years. One of those two. Destiny 2 lasted way longer, and it probably went on 2 or 3 years too long anyway.
So to note about this, the CEO before the current CEO was the one who wanted to bring in Bungie, because they wanted to start pushing a lot of live service games, like what everyone else was doing, even though Sony was known for big epics like God of War and things like that. So they wanted to chase that live service slot machine. Let's call it what it is. He left, and this plan was left with the new people, and like I don't know if this was Sony. I think it was Sony Interactive Entertainment, not Sony, the whole thing, the CEO of that. They were left with like, all right, well, this isn't what Sony does. I guess we'll kick this can down the road until we can't anymore, and that's what's happened to Bungie, because they've was it Concord or something by Sony? There was another live service game done by Sony around that time that they just killed.
Concord was like died on launch.
Was that Sony? No, that wasn't Sony. Sony live service games. Let's just quickly. Yeah, so like a while ago, Sony did the whole like live service games are the key to their future. Whereas clearly they're trying to now maybe get out of that, or maybe they'll switch it up to some different IPs. We'll see. But yeah, I think the change in leadership sort of. I think Bungie was doomed going to Sony. I don't think
Yeah, they don't have a good
it.
track record for their live service games.
No. So,
yeah, even an article that was just published 20 hours ago says that they still think that it's an important part of their future.
I think they have to say that for shareholders. Because, like, if it was, they wouldn't be doing the things they're doing.
Yeah, even this says they're looking to revitalize the market with live service games despite Concord, Marathon, and Destiny. I don't think Destiny belongs on that statement because Destiny...
I do. Out of, like,
how long it lasted.
Yeah, but, like, if you look at it from Sony's point of view, they bought it 8 years in or however many years in. You don't buy that unless you think that's still got life in it to push.
You're right.
Or whoever did want to buy it. So, in their eyes, it's a failure.
Yeah, they got involved a little too late. Yeah, all right.
All right, let's move on. It's time for the lovely review break.
Yeah.
Follow us on, leave comments on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podcast, or wherever you listen to the podcasts. We're trying to be everywhere. And YouTube. I need to add YouTube to my call-out sheet.
Oh, yeah. Because we're pretty caught up on YouTube now, huh?
Yeah, well, we're 1-to-1 now.
Nice.
So it'll come out on audio and then YouTube 2 days later.
There you go. So if you want to
I might be able to get that down to a day. Did you go back and read any comments? So we have some comments.
I did not, admittedly.
Well, how about I address the first one and you go, I think the comments are most on our YouTube's.
Let me pull up.
You do that while I talk about, we had a comment. So most of our comments are from someone called Weren't, a lovely friend. And we talked about in a bunch of episodes ago how my partner Keirron doesn't like the key art for pixel games not being pixel art and sort of being dishonest. And I've had to think about that because Wern said that they don't like it either. And like, it just feels dishonest. But it has, I've looked at the numbers and why this happens, and it's because if you put pixel art, people are less likely to buy the game. So you put something that sells the vibe of the game, of what it is, people click on it. And if they don't like pixel art, they click off, they feel a bit peeved about it, okay. But the people that do like pixel art games, like think of a RimWorld that has an excellent cover art, they're like, oh, this is definitely my jam. They do buy it, but they may not have clicked it if it was a pixel art poster because it's really hard to capture the vibe in a pixel art thing. Stardew is probably an exception here.
Yeah.
So what I sort of had a look online about is movies and soundtracks and books all do this. If it's just going to be what's in the thing, then a book's front cover should just be words. Most movies, what's on the DVD box or the review trailer is a slingshot of characters from the thing in some ensemble that's not in the movie. Some covers even have like something that's not happening in the movie but does like if you look at like a lot of horror movies that have some sort of esoteric cover that's like kind of freaky, but that scene isn't in the movie. So are pixel games just doing that? They're selling the vibe? I think people treat games maybe a bit differently. Because it's either, if pixel games are doing it wrong and they shouldn't, then I think books and movies and soundtracks are all doing it wrong as well. and are deceiving people.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And everyone's cover art should just be a screenshot from their game or their book or their movie. And then things wouldn't sell. Like, there is an art to key art.
I agree, and I do think you're right. It's a part. It doesn't have. I don't see why it needs to be a part of what you experience. Like, I'm not personally looking at some key art and then I expect to see that in the game. I don't think I've ever done that. I think I've been surprised if I have seen key art and then I'm like, oh, I saw that.
I think it's an art style thing that people see, not pixel art, and then they get to pixel art and they're like, oh. I think it's the art style.
Yeah.
But alas, did you have any other comments you wanted to highlight?
I'm looking through some. Warren's. Yeah, we need. First off, let me say, Warren's. Thank you. She's gone through and commented on a bunch of our previous videos. We look for that. We want people to engage with the podcast, and if you have, again, even if it's not just a simple comment about something, if you have something you want to say, maybe add in adverse, or not agreeing with what we've got going on, do it. We're happy to either acknowledge it, elaborate on how we feel about it, or just tell you you're wrong. I don't know. But Warren had said in a previous video, this was from episode 6. She had said that this podcast definitely steered me away from Gilded. We had talked about this was when Gilded. We were talking about Discord possibly going down the drain.
It is like when they are losing quite a lot of people. There are still like a lot of communities I'm in, and I think this is because I'm in an older community. Apparently, the younger generation, there are people that just don't use Discord in game, like gamers, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm latched into Discord, but I do feel like we had talked about this before. Like we need an outlet.
It's losing its grip.
Somewhere to go. But Warren had said that this podcast definitely steered me away from Gilded. I hate Roblox, and I absolutely refuse to support them. I agree. When we were looking for alternative spaces to host our communities in, Gilded had come up because it looks great. It looks like it offers everything we would ever want, but it is owned by Roblox, and we cannot support that in any way, shape, or form when they are protecting the evil that it breeds.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to acknowledge that comment because I do think that not enough people are on board with this or know about like the breeding ground of bad that is in Roblox. I even see it on my For You page for TikTok all the time, people playing Roblox. And these are like grown adults playing it, and just I don't know how to say
if
this.
If you are a person
crazy.
No, you're fine. It's Roblox. Yeah. No one's crazy for hating that.
Yeah. It was just I just don't see why people are on board with this, with how public all the child endangerment is in that
They
space.
have done an ad campaign recently where they are getting people that look like they're in families to say like, oh, I feel so safe with them using like Roblox. It is such a disinformation campaign that like they're paying for through advertising that is just like, it's gross.
They're so desperate to make sure that they don't lose their platform that
they know
willing to do this.
They know their image is not good, so they're trying to reverse that. I tell every single parent that I can, like, no, do not like you are a bad parent if you let them use it.
Yeah.
There are things where I could be objective, like I will, like that's for your kid, that's not for my kid, that's fine. But this, hands down, like you are being irresponsible if you.
Yes, you're just putting them in danger, basically.
I agree with that 100%. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I felt like that was probably the most worthy of me mentioning from the ones that I saw.
Yeah, we have quickly one more from Cornflakes on episode 18. Can I believe how bad the RAM pricing still is? It's only gotten worse in this last 6 months. We had a 6 months break. We're back.
Yeah.
I accept the self hate that comes with Tarkov, which I find funny. But yeah, RAM PC pricing, and this is what we're saying about all the console stuff. Like it's only gotten super worse. It's gonna be bad probably until 2029, 2030. All the stuff that's being constructed today, if RAM prices and storage prices fell today, all the stuff being made with it, consoles and stuff, won't come down for another few years because that they're getting bought, sent to manufacturing, they're getting built in 6 months. They won't hit shelves for another year and a half. Like all the stuff that's being ordered and built, they're paying today's prices. It just takes so long for this to go through those mechanisms of industry. So do not you might if we see RAM prices come down, you can buy individual RAM for yourself. But even then, all the stuff that's made with it, it's going to take so long.
Yeah, all the pre-built things and whatnot, it's going to be up there.
If anyone lowers their prices, if they make a saving, they might just pocket the savings, pocket the profit.
Yep. So just buckle down and hope for the best over the next few years.
Yeah. All right, let's go through some releases, ones that we kind of like that are coming up or just have come up. I'll start with Mecha Chameleon since I've played too many hours of it, and I played Mimicry before that, which is a friend's game. I like the prop hunt stuff. It is very fun. So janky. Love that. Like they put this together real quick, but they just hit on like a mechanic that people seem to love. It's fun. It's not only fun, it's memeable. That's what it is.
Yes. From what I've seen, and I've seen quite a bit of it because it is riddling my feeds right now. It looks... if you're not seeing a Picasso style painting on your character, you're seeing the most bizarre, out of place, hilarious hiding spot. And I definitely want to get my hands on it because it seems like it would be a lot of fun to play with people.
No, definitely.
And they're capitalizing on it too because they have released multiple new maps and like you got like a Minecraft map.
I think the last week they've released 3 like pretty big updates. Like they released 8 new poses for hiding with. They released a new map.
New bodies now. You could do like a blocky body.
Yeah, new
now
body. It's like they're doing pretty well.
They're capitalizing on it. Yeah. So if you like party games like friend games, Mecha Chameleon, it came out on June 9th. It's been out for a little while now, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. So.
All right, the next one is definitely for you. I think you have a bit of experience with it.
Maybe a little bit. We had just talked about it earlier. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales came out on June 18th from Square Enix. It is the HD 2D art style that they have grown attached to, and it's an action RPG very akin to like Zelda, the older Zelda games where you're in an overworld, and then you go into dungeons, and you go to the boss, blah, 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 blah. You have to save the princess. Very fun game. A lot of people ask if it's worth the price. It is a $60 game. Maybe not. Maybe. Don't get me wrong. Completely enjoying the game. I think I have, let me check. I have a total of 38.7 hours in it. Running on Steam.
I think it is worth the price.
I mean, I think people have these weird expectations of these games. I think it is worth the price, even like with the time that I've invested in it. That's like we're coming up under $2 an hour of invested time.
From what I've seen of you play it, it has as much content as an Octopath Traveler game, but it's not as time consuming because it's not turn based. It's real time, right. So you're moving through it a lot faster. You're hitting story beats a lot faster.
Yeah, because you're not going to a loading screen. You're not transitioning over to a battle. You're not having to do all that. You're just fighting your way through while you're moving.
Because I think people need to be cognizant of the fact, like, if we're saying these games aren't long enough, but they're offering the same amount of content, they're asking developers to pad out their games with time.
Right. And I
If
think
you
you're
can't
right.
say
I think
that-
this is offering as much as Octopath Traveler is in a more streamlined fashion.
Yeah.
Like you got in this game, you got 4 different versions of the world to go through, all with differences in them and dungeons in them, and it's a lot. It's been a lot.
Yeah,
So, I was going to say, I tell people that I think it's every bit worth it, but if you want to wait, the game's not going anywhere. And
if you can't
it is a
afford
lot
it,
of fun.
get it on sale. The same with like an Octopath, though. But
Yeah.
I think its base price being up there, I think is accurate. I really hope people stop equating game length to game value. That is my 2 cents.
I mean,
If we do that, games are just going to get worse because they're going to be like, all right, for first and second quest, you got to travel. It's a 12-hour ride with terrible scenery between them, but you got 12 hours of gameplay, so give us money.
right. Yeah, we don't want a correlation to form there because they will.
No, not at all.
They will capitalize on it and screw us a lot.
Moral of the story: buy the game.
Yeah, it's a great game. If you like I said, if you like the art style of the HD 2D, and if you like Zelda-inspired gameplay, this reminds me of A Link to the Past so much in terms of how you do the dungeons and opening up paths and stuff like that. It's really good. It's really fun.
All right, this next one, I think I know, this is not the same game that you and Werns liked, but similar.
Yeah, we wish it was The Last Oasis.
That's The Last Oasis. That's one. All right. So this is Sand Raiders of Sophie, which is a name.
It is a name. It definitely wasn't that name before when I got access to the playtest. It was just Sand.
And that would be a better name. I don't know, this name, like if someone was to tell me about that and then give me no context, I wouldn't get this game in my mind.
Right. It doesn't translate unless and again, there's no context here, but what is Sophie, the planet? I don't know.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah,
are you
this is
keen
an
for it?
extraction-based game. So an extraction first-person shooter. Build your. I don't even know what it is. Your movable base. It's like a vehicle base that you take into raids and you loot, and then you try to get out alive. But guess what? It's a PvPvE game, so you're gonna get griefed and camped, and that's the way I look at it. I think it's got about 15,000 players currently on Steam, but I do feel like this is one of those games where it's going to be out. People are going to see how toxic the community can get with just waiting for you to load in, bum rushing you lose everything, you get upset.
I would like one of these big sandcrawler games to be more like maybe a 1 to 10 co-op experience where you're taking out big Shadow of the Colossus style creatures or something like that. That would be great.
I would rather the choice, and then I just want the AI.
I think the choice
to be
is hard. I think the choice is hard because you have to design like very different things for focusing. And Dune had this problem, like focusing on PvE or focusing on PvP. Doing both doesn't work. It very rarely does.
Yeah, that was such a tough thing. Speaking of which, Dune is releasing a single player mode for that game.
I've been playing it. Let's stick with Sand. Right, I might add a bit at the end, but
Okay.
Sand. It is. It looks cool. I probably won't pick it up.
Honestly, I would want to just design I don't know what they're called, like your walker. What you use to get into the raids with. I would like to just mess around with that. But I really don't have. I played Tarkov for so long, and these other games where if you die, you lose everything. I don't really have that much of an interest in getting bum rushed by a team of 4 just trying to explore the game. I don't want to do it. I can
Very
do
fair.
it. Let me be clear. I can do it. I don't want to.
You can't. This Impulse game looks pretty cool in the fact that I hadn't heard of it before today, though.
It's from the same people that did Splitgate.
Yes. So they make technically good games. I like Splitgate 1 and 2. I played it a lot. One of my biggest clips on the TikToks was me getting 3 headshots in a row on Splitgate as people came out of portals, and I don't know how I did it, and I was never able to do it. It was just one of those like the adrenaline slowed everything down, and I was able to do it. I was like, why can't I do that every time?
It was real.
Yeah, but like their games mechanically good. I think they're not a great company at keeping the hype, and they're technically good, but they're not business good, or something. There's something missing between what they make and then how they deliver it to the audience.
I mean, yeah, like Splitgate 1 was fun. You know, you're mixing Halo and Portal together, basically. And then Splitgate 2, their BR was interesting, where you could go in between maps. Like entire maps. Like, that's a cool concept. But again, they reverted that back to beta after release, and then they were just like, we're out of here. Like, something's not meshing within the company. And I'm hoping this is a different case. This looks like
I think they're thinking their game is meant to be a hit straight out the door, and because it's not, they're like pulling back and scared.
Moving on.
Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But Impulse, I don't know, it looks right. My fear is it's going to be the same in that case. Not only for their company, but there's so many people are trying to release these like hero shooters, these BRs and stuff. It's just like the market is already flooded with people who don't want to leave their Tarkovs, their Overwatches, or whatever. Insert current popular game here. Arc Raiders was the one. Like, I guess there are new games that do it. Arc Raiders did it, but it's such a hard market. I'm shocked at how many are trying to get into it.
Yeah, me too. The only thing I can say for Impulse here is that there has been a lot of talk about people wanting to see like a Titanfall 3. And that might have been why they did this, because this is very much a Titanfall inspired game. Wall running, boosting up jetpacking, having big mechs that you can get into. I
the
think
mechs are cool. All the movement stuff like that. I feel like Apex Legends already provides that and has the established audience. Like, the movement in that game is why me and Noble play it. Is like, it's the only game that we play that's PvP content that I don't feel restricted. If I see somewhere, I can get to it. And like, I can get to it in a fun way, not a laborious wall hacking.
Yeah, you can
jumping
climb
on boxes.
up, you can jet up, you can launch, there's no fall damage. You can just jump off of a cliff and be good.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
So I hope they do well. Like, they're a team that seems very passionate about making these type of experiences, but it's a hard
time
market.
will tell. Yeah.
What's next for us? I've never played these.
I've played the original. So we got the Star Fox remake that came out on June 25th. It is a Switch 2 exclusive. There is a demo that you can download if you want to see what it's like beforehand. I've seen a couple clips. It looks like a Star Fox game with good graphics. I played the first one, and yeah, it was fun. I liked the
Arch would like
the sounds of it. And I don't think that's going to be a thing in this one because it's all modern. With the way that the old one sounded, it was like really bizarre, and I don't know, at the time felt like a futuristic type thing. I don't think that's going to be the same feeling with this one. But it looks good. It's definitely modernized.
We'll see.
And Fox looks great. All the character models look awesome. So if you're a fan of Star Fox and you have a Switch 2, this might be for you.
Get on it. Next one, take us away. This is your game.
I'm going to be whipping out my Nintendo Switch. Actually, we're going to be whipping it out anyway because we're going to be playing Super Mario RPG Remake. But Rhythm Heaven Groove is coming out July 2nd. So maybe by the time you see this or listen to this, it might be out already. It is I can't. What? Hold on, really quick.
We
The
are
last Rhythm
professionals.
Heaven game that came out was in 2015 on the Nintendo 3DS. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix.
Damn.
So it's been 11 years since a Rhythm Heaven game was released. This is big news for the Rhythm Heaven community. There is also a demo for that out right now. I think you can go through the first handful of songs and do the first remix. Looks really fun. If you like Rhythm Heaven, you're going to love it. That's all I got to say. It's on the Nintendo Switch 1 as well. So
These type of games are not for me, but I can see that they are for some people, and please go enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. And then this next one is all you.
Now, speaking of rhythm, there's nothing like singing a sea shanty along to playing your favorite pirate game, Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Nice.
I spent a lot of time doing that. It is a really good game. I don't think they'll F this up. I think Ubisoft knows, and that's the problem. I think they know and still somehow will mess this up. That they just need to make the exact same game with better physics and better graphics. They do not need to change anything.
Speaking
that
of physics,
being said,
go ahead.
That being said, they have a habit of thinking like when they made, all they had to do was make, all right, let's make not Assassin's Creed Pirate game. They had Skull and Bones, and they had so many ideas of what that game should be that they completely effed it. And like, but everyone's just like, we just want we want Black Flag without the assassins. And so instead, they're just like, we'll just re-release Black Flag. That's what everyone seems to want. But I think it's going to be fun. If it was anyone else, I'd be 100% on it. But it's Ubisoft. I'm like, what? How do they want to ruin this moment for themselves?
They could try.
There is someone at that company that's just like, guys, we don't want too many sales on this one. So here's what we're going to do.
We can't be this successful.
Yeah. So,
I will say one thing I saw, and this was just last night while I was looking for news stuff. I saw a clip of the original release versus the new, and it's just people are so nitpicky. The main character was going from land into shallow water, and in the original he's like teetering through the water like in an awkward way, and then the new one that's just trucking through, and they're like, wow, like why did they do this? And
that's kind of my point. Like the original had such a good feel to you being a pirate and stuff. If they're just taking their modern Ubisoft engine, chucking into it and not making those changes, it's not going to have that same feel.
Well, and that's basically what was said, like in the comments, like, yeah, it's in a newer engine. It's just not made that way. And then other people are like, it was janky and I hated going through water because of it. Like, let's not condemn the game because of that one thing. But also, if you're trying to embrace that full pirate life, I do think like the whole being awkward when you're running through the water is kind of cool. I never played the original, by the way, just so y'all know.
I played it many times. Yeah, it's that faithful recreation of like, I do not trust Ubisoft to know what people loved about a game. They have shown that many, many times. They do not understand why people like the games that they have released. And it is amazing to me that is the case. But
well, this might be one of those things because I saw the newer one and the guy was just like plowing through the water full speed.
So like, and people can like, fine, don't be nitpicky about that. But seeing that they haven't stayed faithful to that, what else have they not?
Right, people will start looking for things.
You can tell, like, oh, they're not putting the same effort in as the original team did. Is this just all right? Get the graphics up, get it out the door. If it's that, then it's probably going to sell well, but is it going to be a hit? We don't know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see on July 10th, the day after release, how many videos just blasting the differences are.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing we got for y'all is you might miss it by the time you see this, but the Steam Summer Sale is going on, and
it goes on for a bit.
Well, then you can save up to 90% on certain purchases that you want to make on Steam.
You can get a few Dragon games 50% off right now, so go do that. Get the Sacred Icon. We have a big update coming out that Ronnie's going to play, and he's going to do the new bosses.
Yes, I am.
Just to mess with you, I think I'm going to put in a new mode where you only get one life.
Oh, give it to me.
You didn't die the first time you played it.
I didn't. I probably will the second time, though.
Well, we've added some harder things. The way that I like to design that stuff is like the core experience is, I wouldn't say laid back. It gradually gets harder as it's meant to. Whereas I've got a lot of stuff that is now it's off the beaten track and stuff. It's just like this early on just might kick your ass.
Okay.
If you don't have the right abilities for it.
So yeah, that's half off right now. So it's $9.99 US. And how much is the new update going to cost? Huh?
Free.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, just free update. But we also have unqualified that you can wishlist. So do it.
Yes, go and wishlist unqualified. Again, wishlisting helps, and you never know, you might love it.
Oh, everyone's gonna love it. It's a Aussie branded murder mystery.
It looks really good, and I like the music a lot, and the artwork.
Everyone does.
And the artwork. The artwork's great.
It's all good. So, if you have enjoyed being here with us, review us or leave a comment or ask us a question on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podcast, or YouTube. Whatever floats your boat, floats your stream, whatever you're going down the stream with. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, y'all, or listening,
until
or whatever.
Next fortnight or whatever. If you're binge watching these because you caught up late, until next hour. Until next fortnight, whatever your cadence is. Bye.
See ya.